Greetings to our Lancers family on the 1st of September 2022. The Pakistanis attacked at first light on the 1st of September 1965. Let us remember with pride the first engagement of the Rajput squadron on the IB at Port Dhalla. From 0630 hours to 0930 hours, 6 enemy pattern tanks, 3 RCLs, and an ammunition vehicle had been destroyed in the initial battle. From our side, 1 tank had been hit and a JCO and 2 ORs killed in action. However, the enemy pressed on. We also remember the glorious Battle of Fagla Ridge from 1130 hours to 1630 hours, where Bhaskar's squadron held out against the Pakistani onslaught of an entire regiment, 13th Lancers. Despite the heavy shelling and numerical advantage, Bhaskar moved from place to place to ensure that the line was not penetrated. For his brilliant action and remarkable bravery, he was awarded with the MVC. Kuti Nair too accounted for the destruction of 2 enemy tanks, and 3 of our men were killed in action. We also remember Lansavdar Hisam Singh, an ammunition lorry driver to whom we owe a debt of valor. Having seen the ammunition vehicle before him blown up to smithereens, he doggedly went past, replenished Hukum Singh's tank, and came back unscathed. He was not decorated in battle, however, the squadron remembers him well. We remember with pride the action at Sakrana, where Ravi gave his life and did not let the enemy pass. He was just 21 years old. 4 patterns were destroyed and 3 of our men killed in action. Ravi was awarded the Sena Medal. We also remember SDM Daryao Singh's action from the workshop location in Cham. The off-road tank had its engine removed for repair, and he as SDM and ALD Sohan Singh both jumped into the tank and destroyed 2 enemy tanks. They were awarded with the Sena Medal and the Chief of Army Staff's Commendation Card, respectively. This is an actual photograph released by the Pakistani press after the war. By 1600 hours, there were just 4 tanks left in the squadron, which fell back to the Munawwar Tawi, and Bhaskar had decided to hold the river line forward of the obstacle. Although Bhaskar was ordered to move to the brigade headquarters urgently, Kuti grimly hung on. At last light, an air attack destroyed the entire A1 and A2 echelons of the squadron, and 7 3-tons, 1 1-ton, and a jeep were charred. A cook and EBR were also killed in action. Kuti, however, kept his lonely vigil till 23:30 hours, when he was ordered to withdraw to Jauria. By then, the Pakistanis had already captured the Mandyala crossing, and he brought the 4 tanks back from an unrecceed Dhad crossing. A Squadron was inducted into the operational sector on 2nd September, directly from Pathankot, and what a horrendous air attack welcomed them before they moved in to defend Jauria. A bit about the application of 20th Lancers. The regiment in 1965 was never applied as a regiment. B Squadron was in Chushul and never used. C Squadron was destroyed on 1st September, and only 1 troop remained, which was pulled in as the regimental reserve. Thereafter, it was just A Squadron Plus, which primarily took on the enemy on 2 axes, 10 kilometers apart. The regiment recovered quickly, and on 3rd September at 1000 hours, A Squadron was ordered to advance towards Cham and contact the enemy. After 3 kilometers, there was an intense fire from the area of Khalka Malal. Naib Risaldar Magad Chand's tank was hit and burning furiously, and KD was forced to fire the local smoke and withdraw. On 6 September, Pakistan started its advance on 2 axes, with General Umrao Singh's old unit, 13th Lancers on one axis and 11th Cavalry on the Kalit axis. The main axis held out stoutly, however the pressure built up on the Kalit axis. Spanner Sandhu was recovering a stuck tank with his D8 dozer, which light regiments were authorized in lieu of the Sherman ARV. He jumped into a recovered tank and roared into battle on the Kalit axis. He destroyed 3 M10 tanks and stabilized the situation. For his exceptional bravery, he was awarded the Sainya Medal. Balbir Sandhu was one of the most outstanding technical officers an armored regiment could have ever asked for in war, and his courage was exceptional. On the main axis, the commandant could be seen driving up to point tanks in an open jeep and rapping the commander's cupola with his stick to activate an overcautious commander. What a commandant! What a man! What an inspiration! On 8th September, the regiment harbored at night forward of the 28th Brigade positions so that we could be at the Jodia Heights at first light on the 9th morning, where it battled the 2 enemy regiments and finally stopped them at the Maniwali Khad. Finally, for the divisional offensive on the 12th September, the regiment had been whittled down to just 10 tanks. For the attack, the commandant ensured that every tank commander was an officer, irrespective of squadron, and Bhaskar commanded the ad hoc squadron. The quartermaster, Captain Amarjit Singh, was also part of this fighting squadron. The advance commenced with Veer Singh Bhatt and KD as the 2-point tanks. They came under murderous fire and were forced to hold their ground, and the situation was then stabilized. For his conspicuous gallantry, KD was mentioned in dispatches. The regiment then supported the attacks of both 6-5 Gurkhas and 2 Grenadiers valiantly. The Pak divisional attack was thereafter finally blunted. These quiet men, with just 15 tanks at any given time, against the odd 90 enemy tanks, saved Akhnur Bridge and the access to Rajori. 20 Lancers के जवान याद रहे लड़ाई और पीस में अपने टैंक, अपने ट्रुप और अपने निशान की जिम्मेदारी आपकी है। हमेशा हर हालत में जीतना है।